Kris Jenner and Corey Gamble have been together for 10 years, but nobody really knows if they are actually happy together or just pretending. They are not married. They do not have kids together. They just travel around and go to parties together. In 2025, people started talking about them breaking up. Everyone on social media was saying they were done, but they kept showing up together, holding hands and smiling. So are they really together, or are they just playing a game? As of April 2026, they are still together, but lots of people are wondering if it is real. To understand Kris, you have to go back to 2014. That was when her marriage to Bruce Jenner ended. They were married for 22 years, but then Bruce became Caitlyn and came out as transgender. It was a huge deal. Everyone was talking about it. Kris felt sad and lost. She had been married to Bruce since she was young. Now she had to start over. She was 58 years old. She had no husband. She had a huge business to run. She was alone. A few months after the divorce, Corey Gamble came into her life. He worked in the music business. He knew a lot of famous people. He was nice to her. He traveled with her. He made her feel better. And Kris needed that. For 10 years, Kris and Corey looked like they were happy. They went to places like Paris, Tokyo, and the Caribbean. They went to big parties with famous people. They posted pictures on Instagram showing them together. They seemed like a real couple, but something was always weird about it. Why did they not get married? Why did they not have babies together? Why did Kris keep all her money completely separate? Most couples who are together for 10 years get married or have kids. Kris and Corey did not. It was different. People started to wonder why. In 2025, things started to change. People who know Kris and Corey said they were fighting. These were not big fights in front of cameras. These were small fights that friends noticed. They argued at parties. They seemed upset with each other, but nobody knew exactly what they were fighting about. Some people said Corey wanted money from Kris. They said he was tired of being with her without being married. They said he wanted millions of dollars for staying with her for 10 years. But Kris and Corey never said this was true. Their people never said it was true, so nobody really knows if it happened. But the story kept coming up over and over. By the end of 2025, everyone thought Kris and Corey were breaking up. TikTok was full of videos about it. Gossip websites were writing about it every day. People on Twitter were debating about it. Everyone was sure it was over. But then something interesting happened. In September 2025, Kris and Corey went to a big party in Los Angeles. They showed up together. They held hands. They smiled for the cameras. The message was clear: we are still together. And it worked. People stopped talking about the breakup for a while. Then they took a vacation to Europe. They posted pictures from Italy, France, and Germany. Kris wrote nice things about Corey. She said he made her life better. She said he was the best travel partner ever. People started to believe they were okay.
But even with the nice vacation pictures, people still were not sure.
From January to March 2026, people kept talking about a breakup. TikTok still had videos about it. Gossip sites still wrote about it. But here is the important thing. Kris and Corey never went to court. They did not hire lawyers. They did not tell anyone they were breaking up. They did not sign any papers. If Kris really was breaking up with Corey, she would protect her money. She has hundreds of millions of dollars. But she did not do anything legal. This tells us that maybe the breakup was not really happening. Or maybe they just did not want to end it officially. We do not really know. Here is something interesting about Kris Jenner. Look at her life. She married Robert Kardashian in 1978. He was a rich lawyer. They had 4 kids. They were married for 13 years. Then she married Bruce Jenner in 1991. Bruce was an Olympic hero. Everyone knew who he was. They were married for 22 years. They had 2 kids. Then Bruce became Caitlyn. Kris left. Now she is with Corey. Corey is not a husband. He does not have kids with her. He does not have the same kind of commitment. So what changed? Maybe Kris learned from her past. Maybe she does not want to be married again. Maybe she just wants a friend to travel with. Or maybe she just likes having power. Maybe she likes being with someone who does not have as much money or power as her. We can guess, but Kris has never explained it. The real question is this: what is a relationship? Does it have to be married to be real? Does it have to have kids to be real? Can 2 people just be together because they like each other and that is enough? Or is Kris and Corey's relationship just for show? Maybe they are really in love and do not care about getting married. Maybe it is the opposite. Maybe they are just friends who travel together for work. Maybe it is something in between. The truth is we do not know because Kris and Corey do not tell us. What we do know is real. They have been together for 10 years. That is long. They travel together a lot. That takes time and money. They show up to events together. That is a choice. They take vacations together. That is real. But what we do not know is also important. We do not know if they love each other. We do not know if Corey really wanted money. We do not know what they fight about. We do not know what their future plans are. We are just guessing based on gossip and rumors. Here is what is true as of April 2026. Kris and Corey are still together. They are still traveling. They are still going to parties. They are still posting pictures. They are still together. Whether that means they are happy, whether that means they are in love, whether that means they will stay together forever, we cannot say. But they are together right now, and that is what we know for sure. So why does this matter? Because Kris and Corey's relationship shows us something real about famous people. When you are famous and rich, relationships are different. Everyone is watching. Everyone is guessing. Everyone is making up stories. You cannot just be normal. You have to think about what your relationship looks like. You have to think about how it helps your job. You have to think about your image. That is hard. That is why relationships for famous people are so complicated. Kris and Corey might actually love each other, or they might be together because it is good for their image. Or it could be both. We will probably never know. If you want to know more about how famous relationships really work, please watch our other videos. And please tell us in the comments, do you think Kris and Corey really love each other? Do you think they will stay together? Do you think they will get married? What do you think is really going on? Subscribe so you do not miss the next part of this story, because as long as Kris and Corey are together, there will be more things to talk about.